Hello, and welcome back to the Herbal podcast, where we discuss all things herbs and horses to help you and your horse live a happy, healthier life, naturally. I am Kayla Dendy, your master herbalist, and today I will be discussing catnip, an herb that is well known as a feline hallucinogenic. As always, please speak with your doctor or veterinarian before utilizing herbs or alternative medicine. This podcast is for informational purposes only, and is not intended or designed to be a substitute for qualified medical advice. Today, I am exploring a plant that is famous for sending our feline friends into a state of temporary bliss, but has a history that goes far deeper than a simple cat toy: catnip. Known scientifically as Nepeta cataria, catnip is a member of the Labiatia, or mint family. It is a perennial herb that grows between 2 and 3 feet high, featuring square stems and heart-shaped toothed leaves covered in a soft, mealy down that gives the entire plant a distinct grayish-green appearance. While it is now common throughout North America, it was originally an introduced species from Europe and temperate Asia. Before it became a staple of the pet industry, catnip held a prominent place in human history as a historical beverage, as a gentle healer and mild sedative, and as a treatment for colds, fevers, and headaches. The secret to catnip's power lies in a volatile oil called nepeta-lactone. This compound is responsible for the euphoric response in cats, but it also serves as a powerful insect repellent, often outperforming DEET when it comes to warding off mosquitoes and flies. Whether it is used as a seasoning in French cuisine, a calming supplement for nervous horses, or a natural way to reduce a fever by inducing perspiration without raising body temperature, catnip remains one of the most versatile herbs in the garden. To understand catnip is to see it as nature's thermostat, and lullaby rolled into one. It has the unique ability to cool the body down during a fever, while simultaneously quieting a restless mind, acting as a soothing regulator for both humans and animals alike. Catnip, or Nepeta cataria, is a member of the Labiatae, or mint family, and has several distinguishing characteristics. The plant grows from a perennial root and produces square, erect, and branched stems that typically reach a height of 2 to 3 feet. Like many plants in the mint family, its stems are very leafy. The leaves are opposite and stemmed, with shapes ranging from heart-shaped to broadly lance-shaped. They have coarsely but bluntly toothed edges. A defining feature of the plant is its distinctively fuzzy, flannel-like texture. It is covered in a mealy down, particularly on the underside of the leaves, which are almost white. This coating gives the entire plant a hoary grayish appearance, looking as though it has been dusted with powder. Catnip blooms from late spring through September. The flowers are small and grow in dense whorls that cluster at the top of the stem to form a spike. The two-lipped corollas are whitish, pale pink, or pale lavender, and are often dotted with red spots. A unique identifier for the genus Nepeta is the calyx tube, which features 15 ribs. The plant possesses a characteristic aromatic odor that is described as a cross between mint and pennyroyal. This scent is highly attractive to cats, though it is usually only excited or released when the plant is bruised, crushed, or withering. To identify catnip in the wild, you might think of it as a silver-coated mint. It shares the square stems and aromatic scent of its cousins, but wears a thick, velvet-like layer of gray fuzz that set it apart from the bright greens of the garden. The primary parts of the catnip plant used for medicinal purposes are the leaves, flowering tops, and the herb, or aerial parts. Depending on the intended use and the specific tradition, different parts and preparations are utilized. The leaves and flowering tops are the most commonly utilized parts in traditional medicine and herbalism. They are often used fresh or dried to create infusions, soups, or flavoring agents. The flowering tops are specifically harvested in August when the plant is in full bloom to be used medicinally. Along with the leaves and flowers, the stems are collected before seeds begin to develop for use in various preparations, including tinctures and water infusions. Although less common for physical ailments, the root has a place in legend and traditional folk use. It is said that chewing the root can make a person fierce and quarrelsome, a property once allegedly used by a hangman to find the courage for his job. The juice of the green herb, specifically the leaves, is sometimes preferred over tea for treating certain conditions, such as regulating menstruation or being mixed with wine to treat bruises. When bruised, the green leaves can be made into an ointment to treat hemorrhoids or applied as a poultice to relieve painful swellings. The young tops can be made into a conserve to help with nightmares or candied as an after-dinner anti-flatulence treat. The history of catnip is a rich tapestry that spans across continents, cultures, and centuries, evolving from a common household beverage to a staple of traditional medicine and feline folklore. Catnip is a Eurasian import that originated in temperate Europe and Asia, but has since become widespread in North America. The genus name, Nepeta, is believed to be named after Nephi, an ancient Italian city, while the species name Cataria is derived from the Latin word cathis, meaning cats. It has also been known historically by the name catswort. Before the popularity of processed teas from China, English peasantry regularly brewed catnip tea as their primary everyday beverage. It was considered a much more wholesome drink than the teas that eventually replaced it. Beyond a beverage, it held a significant plant in the kitchen. In France, the leaves and young shoots have a long history of being used for seasoning in soups, sauces, and cooked foods. It was historically used to mask the smell of meat that had been salted or stored in cool environments over the winter. Once introduced to North America, catnip was quickly adopted by numerous indigenous tribes for a vast array of medicinal purposes. The Iroquois used it to treat diarrhea, vomiting, sore throats, and headaches. The Cherokee utilized it for fevers, convulsions, and female disorders. The Menominee used the plant to induce sweating as a cure for pneumonia. The Shinnecock tribe traditionally smoked dried catnip leaves as a remedy for rheumatism. Historical herbalists, most notably Culpeper, advocated for catnip's versatility. He recommended it as an ointment for hemorrhoids, a juice mixed with wine for bruises, and a decoction to treat scabs and scurf on the head. It was also a vital remedy for infant colic and restlessness, earning a reputation as a necessary herb for parents. Interestingly, the plant carries a unique folklore. While the leaves are known for their calming properties, legend states that chewing the root could make even the most gentle person fierce and quarrelsome. One specific legend tells of a hangman who could not find the courage to perform his duties until he had partaken of the root. In the United States, catnip held a place of official recognition, appearing in American compendia from 1842 until 1950. While it is now most famous for the euphoric response it triggers in cats, modern research has also confirmed its historical use as a powerful insect repellent that can outperform DEET. Like a multi-generational family heirloom, catnip has been passed from European peasants to indigenous healers and modern scientists, serving alternately as a soothing tea, a fierce root of legend, and a natural shield against insects. Clinical uses for catnip focus primarily on its efficacy as a gentle healer for the digestive and nervous systems. It possesses a wide range of medicinal actions, including being carminative, diaphoretic, antispasmodic, sedative, and a mild stimulant. Catnip is highly regarded as a superior remedy for infant colic, helping to relieve gas and relax little bodies. It is frequently used for children's ailments because it treats fevers, restlessness, convulsions, teething, and pain. As a treatment for fever, it acts as a refrigerant and diaphoretic, inducing sleep and perspiration to break a fever without increasing the body's internal temperature. Catnip also functions as a mild nervine to overcome convulsions and control restlessness, helping children settle for the night. It is used as a painkiller for infants and toddlers, sometimes administered as a capsule for teething babies to chew on. As a carminative and antispasmodic, catnip is used to treat various gastrointestinal issues. It relieves flatulence, griping in the bowels, and general stomach upsets. It has been used traditionally to treat vomiting and diarrhea. Catnip enemas are utilized to cleanse the colon and reduce intestinal spasms. Catnip acts as a sedative and nervine, making it effective for sleep and nervous disorders. It is a common aid for insomnia and can help relieve nightmares when the young tops are made into a conserve. Catnip has been used to treat hysteria, insanity, and nervousness. Infusions or injections of the tea are used to treat nervous or hysterical headaches through action on the sacral plexus. Catnip has been used to treat respiratory and inflammatory conditions. Its ability to produce free perspiration makes it useful in treating the common cold, flu, and even historically for scarlet fever and smallpox. Applied topically as a poultice or fomentation, it relieves painful swellings and can treat scabs and scurfs on the head. Perhaps one of the more unknown or surprising uses of catnip is in the treatment of female health issues. I would not classify this use as the primary use of catnip, but rather as an adjunctive herb to be used with other herbs that are specific emmenagogues. Catnip can be used as a supporting herb to regulate overabundant menstruation, to bring on late menstruation, and reduce the pain of menstrual cramps. It is noted as a remedy for morning sickness and for helping to prevent miscarriages. Catnip is also used as a topical pain reliever. When applied locally, it provides partial anesthesia, which is useful for toothaches. The green leaves, bruised into an ointment, are used specifically for hemorrhoids. Catnip has been documented as helping to normalize blood pressure and may decrease the desire for cigarettes when drops are placed on the back of the tongue. To preserve its volatile oils, the herb should always be infused in a covered container rather than boiled, as boiling spoils its medicinal qualities. Veterinary applications of catnip extend primarily to the digestive and nervous systems of various animals, ranging from household pets like cats and dogs to horses and livestock. Catnip is widely used as a mild sedative to soothe high-strung animals and promote restful sleep. It is particularly effective for animals with nervous stomachs who experience distress during events like travel, veterinary visits, or household changes, such as the introduction of a new pet. While sniffing catnip induces a well-known euphoric intoxication in roughly 80% of cats due to the compound nepetalactone, ingesting the herb provides a different, non-hallucinogenic calming effect on their nerves and stomach. In equine care, it serves as a natural sedative to manage nervous horses during transport or stressful training. However, some horses may react with excitement or restlessness, potentially making them less attentive during work. Catnip has also been used effectively as a gentle gas reliever and antispasmodic. It is used to ease flatulence, stomach upsets, and episodes of vomiting precipitated by stress. For motion sickness or severe stomach upset, it is often combined with fennel or ginger. For horses, catnip acts as an appetite stimulant for picky eaters or those recovering from illness. It is also traditionally used to support general digestion and potentially help with the prevention of colic. The herb provides essential nutrients for animal health, including vitamins A, C, and B complex, as well as minerals like calcium, potassium, and magnesium. Catnip acts as a functional tool for protecting animals from external threats. It is a highly effective natural repellent against stable flies, houseflies, mosquitoes, and ticks. In horses, it has been found more effective than DET for warding off flies and mosquitoes. The antioxidants in catnip help reduce inflammation, which is beneficial for older animals or those with chronic pain. It also possesses natural antibiotic properties used to treat minor topical infection in horses. While the herb is generally safe, catnip seeds are potentially fatal and must never be ingested. Additionally, it should be used sparingly in pregnant animals, as the volatile oils may pass to the fetus. Owners should monitor for allergic reactions, especially when first introducing the herb to the animal's diet. For the animal kingdom, catnip acts much like a botanical safety blanket. It provides a natural way to quiet a racing heart, settle a churning stomach, and shield the body from the irritation of biting insects. Scientific research on catnip focuses on its chemical composition, its behavioral effects on various species, its efficacy as a repellent, and its toxicological profile. The primary active constituent of catnip is nepetalactone, which can make up as much as 78% of freshly prepared catnip oil. This compound is a cyclopentanoid monoterpene related to iridoid compounds and is the major factor behind the plant's unique biological effects. Researchers have conducted several animal studies to understand how catnip affects the nervous system. In a study on chicks using a solid extract of catnip, researchers found that small doses had no effect, but larger doses increased both light and heavy sleep. However, at extremely high levels, the chicks actually slept less. Experiments using catnip oil, nepetalactone, and nepetalic acid on animals demonstrated a reduction in overall activity, loss of coordination, and a loss of the righting reflex. Additionally, treated animals showed a significantly increased sleeping time and a reduced, slower reaction to electrical shocks. Research confirms that sniffing nepetalactone triggers a euphoric or intoxicated response in cats, though approximately 20% of cats are genetically predisposed not to respond to it. Ingesting the herb produces a different, non-hallucinogenic effect that is primarily calming to the nerves and stomach. Extensive research has identified catnip as a powerful alternative to synthetic pesticides. Studies show that nepetalactone is a highly effective repellent against mosquitoes, stable flies, ticks, cockroaches, and aphids. In many cases, it has been found to outperform DEET. Research indicates that nepetalactone mimics aphid pheromones, which can attract beneficial predators to the garden while simultaneously repelling pests. Catnip has demonstrated antimicrobial properties against various bacteria and fungi, alongside potential anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and antiviral benefits. Because catnip is widely available in stores, researchers have investigated its potential for human abuse. Studies have noted that catnip has been used as a substitute for marijuana, with users reporting feelings of being happy, contented, and intoxicated. Some subjects reported experiencing both visual and auditory hallucinations. While these effects are similar to those of marijuana, they are generally less intense. Please don't smoke. Anything inhaled into the lungs is potentially damaging, even if it is an herb. While catnip's role as a feline intoxicant is its most famous attribute, scientific research reveals it is more like a biological shield and sedative. Its chemical compounds are powerful enough to ward off disease-carrying insects and significantly alter sleep patterns in various species, all while maintaining a relatively low toxicity profile for larger mammals. Catnip is frequently combined with other herbs to enhance its medicinal effects. Fennel is often paired with catnip to settle upset stomachs, prevent nervous vomiting, and treat infant colic. Pairing catnip with ginger is used to intensify the action of catnip. For motion sickness in animals, a pinch of ginger is added to dried catnip. A mixture of equal parts warm catnip tea and saffron is traditionally used to treat scarlet fever, smallpox, and colds. Lemon balm, marshmallow, and catnip are combined as an effective soothing remedy for upset infants. Combining catnip with Virginia or Canada snakeroot has been used to treat depressed or low vitality. Chamomile is an effective adjunct or alternative to catnip for settling upset stomachs. To understand how catnip interacts with other substances, you can think of it as a botanical volume knob. When paired with certain herbs like ginger, it turns up the intensity of the treatment. But its natural sedative properties mean it can also significantly dampen the body's overall activity level. Scientific evaluations have generally categorized catnip as relatively safe with low toxicity. Tests on Wistar rats using a single high dose of catnip oil, 5,000 milligrams per kilogram, showed that all subjects survived with no major abnormalities. In mice, the medium lethal dose was found to be 2,710 milligrams per kilogram for males and 3,060 milligrams per kilogram for females. Despite its general safety, fatalities have been reported from the ingestion of catnip seeds. Concentrated oil may also act as a mild skin irritant. Because catnip is a sedative, I would be cautious about using catnip if someone is taking pharmaceutical sedatives or sleeping pills, as the effect could be to enhance central nervous system depression. As we wrap up today's episode, it is clear that catnip, or Nepeta cataria, is far more than just a source of entertainment for our feline friends. While its most famous attribute is the feline erotic visions, triggered by the compound nepetalactone, this plant has a legacy that stretches across centuries and species. For the English peasantry, catnip as once the daily beverage of choice, valued as a more wholesome alternative to the Chinese teas that followed. For parents and herbalists, it remains a necessary herb and a superior remedy for infant colic, helping to settle restless little bodies and manage fevers by inducing perspiration without raising body temperature. In the garden, catnip serves as a biological barrier, repelling rats and outperforming chemical repellents like DEET when it comes to warding off mosquitoes, flies, and ticks. Beyond the cat toy, it is a valuable botanical supplement for horses and high-strung pets, providing vitamins like A and C while acting as a gentle sedative for nervous stomachs. While catnip is celebrated for its gentle healing properties, a word of caution remains. While the leaves and flowering tops are safe, the seeds can be fatal if ingested, and it should be used sparingly for pregnant animals. Ultimately, catnip serves as nature's velvet shield. Its soft, fuzzy leaves offer a gentle defense against everything from garden pests and high fevers to the simple stress of a stormy day. Whether it's calming a colicky baby or protecting a horse from biting flies, this ancient herb continues to earn its place in the modern world. Thank you for joining me for today's discussion on catnip. Please join me next week for a discussion on the castor oil plant. As always, this podcast is for educational purposes only. The information contained in this podcast is not intended or designed to treat, cure, or prevent any illness or disease. This podcast is not designed as a substitute for advice from your medical provider, veterinarian, or other qualified healthcare professional.